feel like we have to clear the air about something. Your home will never look like a home that you see on Pinterest. And that's okay. That is not your fault. It has nothing to do with you, actually. There are 5 reasons that I can see immediately off the bat that your home will not look like what you see on Pinterest. And not a single one of them is because you're not cool enough. Not a single one. The first one is because most of the time, they're not real homes. Most of the time, you're looking at something that has been specifically staged to be a photo. How could you possibly compare to that? This beautiful design that you're looking at is not optimized for functionality. It is optimized for the algorithm for people to click and pin and share and like and buy. That is what you are seeing as this example of what you should have as a beautiful home. It's not real. These photos, number 2, have been staged. Even if they are a real home, those photos have been staged for that photo. No one is just walking into their house with a beautiful tray of croissants lounging leisurely on the kitchen counter. Like, no, these things have been staged. Flowers have been staged. Food has been staged. Mess has been staged. You are looking at something that is so overly curated. It is not realistic to think that anyone could possibly live there. Real homes have mess. Real homes have actual real life people living in them who have needs. And I say this as someone who for a long time prioritized form over function. For a long time prioritized the look of my home over how I actually lived in it. My best example of this is window screens. I lived without window screens in my apartment for 5 years because I thought they were ugly. So one day I just took them off of my rental unit and I put up what I thought was really beautiful. Listen, this was beautiful. And I stand by aesthetically, this was the right choice. I put up fake window mullions. I painted the frames black so that I could have that. I don't even know. It's like somewhere in between industrial New York chic and European chic. I don't know. I guess it's just chic so that I could have that vibe. And the window screens on my window were messing with it. So I pulled them off. For 5 years, I lived without window screens on my window. And I'm a window open kind of person. That means for 5 years, I just accepted the amount of bugs that were in my house. And most of the time it was fine. Sure, we were full of mosquitoes. It wasn't a big deal. They don't really bite me that much. But the thing that makes me realize how unhinged this is that more than once I was awoken in the early light of dawn to the sound, oh my God, the trauma, to the sound of one of those so loud, like, I don't even know what they are, flying bugs that just sounds like a rocket is flying by you, like they click with their wings so loud. If you know what bug this is, please put it in the comments below because I still have not recovered. Waking up to the sound of that flying over my head, I'm going to say 3 times in 5 years. I'm going to say it happened to me 3 times. And being jolted out of bed, the fear of what do I do? How do I get this out of my house? How do I make sure it does not go into the living room? Because I live alone, so I sleep with all my doors open because who wouldn't? I just lived like that. I was like, but they're cute. And I truly didn't see any problem with it. Flash forward 5 years, my partner moves in. My partner has the kind of blood that mosquitoes love and was like, we are not doing this. We are not doing no screens on the windows. Are you out of your mind? And so I very begrudgingly put the screens back on the windows. Did it look 10% less cool? Yeah, it did. But what I wasn't expecting is that the day after the whole project was done, and I will say it was a project to get these things back up because I hadn't kept the original hardware, mistakes were made, lessons were learned. But the day after it was done and we had functioning windows again, I felt this big relief. It's hard to even describe the sense of calm that I had sitting in my home that was protected from the outside elements, that I was screened in. Like the difference between being exposed versus being behind a screen emotionally was huge for me. And I did not expect it because I'm the one who took the window screens off. I can put them back up at any time. Who cares? I didn't know until it was changed. function matters. How you live in a home matters. And it doesn't mean these things can't be beautiful. They can. But sacrificing your comfort so that you can have a prettier picture to put on the internet, or so that your friends will ooh and ah over this thing. Like, people loved my windows. I would not go back. I wouldn't trade it. So I made it less Pinterest perfect, and I would do it again and again. Another reason that your home is not going to look like the photos you see on Pinterest is because those photos have been edited. I wondered this for a long time, like, why can I never find paint colors that are as vibrant as the ones that I'm seeing online? Because in real life, you're not going into your adjust tools and dragging up the saturation and the brightness. You can't. Those photos are fixed in post. Like, how many times have you taken a photo that you thought was like, meh, and then you Facetune it, just adjusting even just the color settings, and you're like, oh, this is fire. It happens to me all the time. Of course, that applies to the way that people are treating interior design photos on the internet. Of course they're editing them. You cannot compare your real life. Like, I feel like this is the interior design version of when everyone learned that people were wearing filters and that that people are not all universally that hot because they're all filtered and edited, right? This is tale as old as time, but I recently am seeing it in a new way. Of course these photos are edited. So if you're working on something and you're comparing it to the edited version of it, wondering, why is my corner not as moody, or why is my playroom not as vibrant? Like, take color correction into account. My gosh, I can't believe it took me that long to realize. And the last very real reason, which is actually like the thing that started this video for me, is that basically everything on Pinterest now is AI. I have to fight to find inspiration images that are not AI generated. And this is not going to be a video about how I feel about AI. Not what this is about. What it is about is that there is a quality to an AI generated image that it's like hyper reality. If we thought things were curated and manicured and perfected before, now it is like 10x. And it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell when you're looking at an AI image sometimes. I had this moment the other day where I was scrolling through a Pinterest board that I had created, and I was like, why do all of these dining rooms look basically the same but are very slightly different? Like, it's so weird. My first thought was it must be like a store that was selling art, and they swapped out the art in the dining room but just had kind of one dining room set, and then they would change something like the chairs to go with the art. And I realized, like, no, these are all freaking AI. This is just AI generating 10 living rooms with bright blue walls and pink chairs. And it doesn't mean they're not good for inspiration. Sure, go get inspired, but do not expect that your home will look like that. And I beg you, like, challenge yourself to find photos of real homes, or better yet, to find inspiration for your design in things that are not photos of interior design. Look at fashion, look at music, look at art, look at nature. Find your inspiration in other art forms, and I guarantee you your interior design will be way more interesting. Hi, hello from my editing hole. Look, if you are interested in seeing what is possible when you lean on inspiration sources that are not just photos of other people's homes, go check out this video right here. The last home in this video is the home of visual artist Robert Montgomery, and it truly changed me. Like, it shook me to my core. Genuinely not an exaggeration. You gotta check it out. You cannot hold your home to the standard of what you're seeing on the internet, because that is not real. And your home is real, and your home deserves to work for you. And if you feel like checking out more content about how to do that, click one of the videos on screen and I'll meet you over there.